Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this video is going to kind of be a sort of personal, vloggy kind of rant, venting frustration kind of video, which is actually something that follows on from another content creator on YouTube who's I sometimes watch on occasion, where they had done a live stream where they were kind of venting their frustrations with YouTube, with their viewership, watching that viewership and interactivity in the comments diminish whenever they would stray away from what they're more well known for covering and such like that, and how frustrating that is, how frustrating it is to be in the midst of creating a new video, a new upload, and knowing sort of beforehand that it's probably not going to garner that much attention, that much interactivity like you're hoping for and such like that. And it's something where I myself have from time to time made Facebook posts to this degree, or ranted in a video, some time ago now, where YouTube, being a content creator, being somebody who creates videos, it can feel very Sisyphean at times, especially for myself, where I feel like every single video upload, I'm essentially starting from scratch. I don't know if there's going to be viewership, or if there's going to be interactivity in the comments, a conversation, reciprocation for all of the effort that I put into making these videos. Most people would watch these videos and potentially assume that, oh, it's just easy. He sits there lazily watching this anime episode, then he sits there lazily, gets a camera set up, and sits there and talks about it. And they don't realize all the effort and concentration and time that this eats away at. Because I have to watch anime episodes. I watch them because I enjoy them. But if I'm going to be reviewing them, talking about them, discussing them, there is the recording process of the video. There's the editing if I have flubs or anything I need to streamline. There's the upload process, which always takes anywhere from an hour to 2.5 hours, making sure the uploads go through, making sure all the tags and the titles and, descriptions and everything are formatted and exactly how they need to be. And all the time that takes in between my daily responsibilities and mitigating circumstances that just come up and get in the way. And that's sometimes why videos aren't out right after the anime episode, like, given the stretch of time it takes to watch the episode, and then immediately thereafter a video doesn't go up, because I have a life to live. I have other things I need to do. Now, the one stark difference you will find with my channel and everyone else's who has been brought to complaining about YouTube and Google, and they're overseeing things and they're clamping down on smaller channels and such like that, the one biggest difference for me, apart from everyone else making those complaints and having those rants and everything like that, is the fact that I've never monetized any of my content. My entire channel, none of my videos have ever been monetized. And that's mostly because I can't really monetize them for reasons I won't go into. But also the fact that that's not what this is about. This wasn't, a means to make a living. This has never been intended to be a way to make extra money. It's strictly and solely been about the connectivity with people who watch my content, who I consider my peers, where I'm lacking in my daily routine, my everyday life, to find like-minded individuals, people who share an interest in the things I have an interest in. Again, as I always say at the end of every video, our POVs can certainly disagree. I don't look for people who agree with me on everything, but people who have similar interests, where I find that lacking in my offline life. And this is supposed to be a communicative bridging of that gap, where there is that failing in my life. And it's something that, I opened my channel in January of 2011. I'd been on YouTube for about a year and a half before that. But I opened this channel specifically January 2011. And so that's 7 years. 7 years I've been at this, and over that time, I've shifted gears and shifted my focus from time to time in what I talk about. I used to do sort of reactions to movie news and talking about articles that I found interesting. I branched off into comic book reviews and trade paperback reviews. I would begin to talk about movies and TV shows, Doctor Who, Star Trek. Eventually I would make action figure and statue collectible showcase videos. And then with the anime series Kids on the Slope, I had been sort of brought back to anime after having spent some time away from it for a lack of having any cable. I wasn't paying for cable, as well as a lack of having the money to go out and buy DVD box sets, which when I had the money, I would do prior to my time on YouTube. But Sakamichi no Apollon, or Kids on the Slope, was the first anime that brought me back to watching anime, but it also burgeoned what would become the main focus of my channel, anime review coverage. And that spans episodic reviews of concurrently airing, anime series, as well as full series overview reviews and things like that, which it would depend on what I was watching at the time and what really conformed to my interest. I never sort of, let myself revolve around the hype train, whatever, was getting the most attention. Strictly and solely has it always been whatever I like and whatever I am motivated to want to talk about, whatever really gets me excited and gets my juices flowing and such like that. And so with the seed being planted in my head once again by this live streamed video from this other content creator ranting and venting frustration, I decided to have a look at my analytics, my channel and video analytics, and they are wholly uninspiring, which is always the case. Anytime I look at the analytics, the average view counts on my videos span seconds to a couple of minutes. The most time watched of any one of my videos, I don't remember what video it was. I think it was the latest Star Trek Discovery review I put up, was 11 minutes, and that video spans 29 minutes in length. I did get a little ranty and rambly. I went off on a tangent in the video, but I had a lot of things that I really felt needed to be said, that I needed to talk about. And with all of these videos, whether they be anime reviews, Star Trek, Doctor Who, whatever like that, apart from the very small 2 or 3 or 4 tried and true supporters of my content, most people don't even bother watching more than a few seconds of a video. They click on, they see my ugly mug, and they click back off again before they even hear what I have to say. I'm not even done with the intro in most cases, and they click off the video. Even the people who do seem to be a dedicated, small pack of followers, I find myself wondering more often than not, do they even watch the video? I have a few people who post a comment as soon as video goes up, and you haven't listened to anything I've said in the video. You don't know if I'm agreeing with you or disagreeing with you. You only reflect what you're saying specifically, and that's not in all cases. There's a very even smaller select few of you guys whom I know mostly watch the entirety of the videos. Sometimes you'll give a little tip of the hat in your comment that you watched all the way to the end based on, you're reacting to something specifically I said, whatever like that. But by and large, barring a very select few of the people that still interact with my videos, and even then, they're not interacting with all of them. It used to be, there was a time when YouTube used to be about the friends and the associations you would make and going back and forth with people, and it was a really friendly thing. It was very much centered around the individual talking about whatever they wanted to talk about, sharing their thoughts and ideas and speculations and theories, and just having a great conversation with people about a thing. You were talking to the person about the thing. And much as this person who live streamed their frustrations, had put forth this idea that YouTube now, it's a brand of its own accord. in its own right, under the ownership of Google, which itself is a brand. And now, more often than not, when it comes to content that is getting the most viewership and interactivity, it's brands. It has nothing to do with me, Johnny Blues, the individual. Everyone could give an F about me. They more care about what is it I'm talking about. The title of the anime. That's what they care about. They don't care about who's going to be doing the talking and what they're really going to be saying. Everyone's sort of looking to find somebody who agrees with their outlook on it, their opinion on it. And it used to be, there are still channels to this day whom I admire and I'm kind of jealous of, who have a dedicated following for them. They can talk about anything under the sun that they wish to talk about. And people want to hear it because it's coming from them. It doesn't matter what it is. I've never had that good fortune. I've never had anyone who really seemed to care about my content or grow a rapport with me enough to want to stick around no matter what it happens to be I'm talking about, that will watch every one of my videos and engage me in every, particular discussion I want to be able to have. And there are still channels to this day that have that, but those are longer lasting channels, especially with all the changes that YouTube has made of current, making it harder and harder and harder for smaller channels, up and coming channels, to get moving and get going and have some sort of progress and gain attention. It's really kind of frustrating because I'm somebody, I've been doing this 7 years and I haven't even broken 1,500 subscribers. I barely have any viewership on my videos. I mean, the view counts don't frickin' matter. I get to have a video. Oh, and that's another thing. As of the time of this recording, YouTube is completely foobar. I go to my video page and my video says 58 views. I switch over to my secondary channel. I see 47 views. I go over to my videos page. It says 187 views. All of these different view counts are the one video. I don't know which one is right. I don't know which one is true. I don't know if it's a bug in the system. I don't know what's going to fix it, if it's ever going to be fixed. Same thing with my subscriber counts. Every time I check my subscriber count, depending on if I'm on desktop or if I'm on the mobile app, it's always freaking different. It's 1478 here, 1407 there. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's all over the place, but it is really truly disconcerting because these are meaningless numbers anyway. The only thing that is of any value is the people who take the time to post comments. And even then, nowadays, people post comments without even bothering to listen to or watch your content. They just sort of want to say what they want to say, I think as of the time of this recording, there might be 2, maybe 3 people out of all of the subscribers I have, the 1,700 1,400, whatever it is, 1,470 something, depending on where you look, subscribers that I have right now. Out of all of those, I think there are maybe 3 people who actually get through the majority of my videos and will occasionally comment and will occasionally engage. And out of that, there's only 1 really who has been anything even remotely approaching what I would call dedicated, a dedicated friend and follower, or whatever you want to say, supporter. So I don't know. I don't know what the longevity of this is really seriously going to be anymore. I get to the point where I'm like, what is the point of this? It's so much wasted time. I'm watching these anime series and these episodes and I get excited about them. I want to talk about them, and nobody's commenting. Nobody's having a conversation back and forth with me. They barely listen to what I have to say. They barely give a crap. And it's not like, maybe people think when they hear my intro, oh, Johnny Blues, the blues man, they don't take it seriously. They think I'm being some sort of character, or personality. And that's kind of why I updated my welcome to the channel trailer thing to include my history as having been in the 90s, part of, one half of a Blues Brothers tribute act, where I had gotten so familiar with the movie The Blues Brothers and the history behind them on Saturday Night Live and the history of the band and everything, and I knew so much of the minutia, so much of the trivia off the top of my head. Whenever everyone I would encounter would put questions to me, I garnered the nickname The Blues Man, and it's stuck ever since then. And, I even described how, which is truthful, if you've been following me on Facebook at all, my personal Facebook account, I've gone into detail about this, how I sort of fell out of love with just being a carbon copy, trying to live up to the personage of John Belushi as Jake Blues, that I decided to sort of break off from that and adhere more to my own personality, more to who I become to be known as, the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, because I loved the Blues Brothers, I loved music, I loved all of that stuff, I loved the comedy of those movies and the SNL movies, and I wanted to be my own person, but I still loved the fact that I was known as the Blues Man. So Johnny Blues was born, where I had been just sort of trying to pay homage to Jake Blues for so long ahead of that. And I guess maybe some people, they see the fedora, the mulady, and, if you're familiar with your asinine memes and, the neck beard and everything like that, which is actually shaved today, I might add, which are just some of the kinds of insults I'll sometimes get by drive-by, viewers. It's like that's why I put that into the channel trailer, so people would be aware of where the hat and glasses come from, where Johnny Blues the name came from. But maybe it's just that they see me do my little intro, hey there cats and kitties, I am the Blues Man, and they're like, F this crap, this guy's a character, this guy's a personality, he's just doing it for the attention, he's not being real, he's not, And for anyone who's ever actually sat through one of my videos, you'd know that's not the case at all whatsoever. You know it's actually the opposite. What you are getting is me without any fluff, without any facade, without any, sort of character and flamboyance and personality, trying to be a personality. But I guess that's just not good enough. I guess I'm just not likable. I guess I'm just not, I don't have what it takes. I don't have the joie de vivre. I don't have the attention-getting, lovable format that some of these other people do, who have this tried and true posse of followers who will watch anything and everything they upload at the drop of a hat, no matter what it has to do with, because they like the person. I guess I'm just not likable and approachable. I guess even no matter how much I try to be, and consider the people who view my content as my peers rather than an audience, rather than somebody I'm speaking down to, I guess it's just not good enough. And it's really disconcerting, and it's really depressing, because I enjoy doing this. But that joy is really being put to the test for the umpteenth time once again, and watching this guy's video where he's having the same concerns and frustrations. I felt motivated to come on and talk about it. And now here we have this video, which is pushing 20 minutes. And let's see how many people actually watched to this point. I'm going to do this. Say, you see this hand gesture? This is for everyone who's not watching, who hasn't watched to this point. It's not to you if you're watching to this point. But maybe you'll know about the one finger salute in the comments. And maybe that's how I'll know that you actually give a crap about me, about what I'm talking about the fact that I don't know if I want to keep doing this anymore. And say la vie, such is life, as the saying goes. Oh, it's wholly frustrating, and I really just don't know what I'm going to do with myself and what I'm going to do with this anymore. I should get back to writing. I should give this up and just go back to writing and maybe try to make a career out of that. I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it anymore. I don't. I've been through this so many times where I've called this into question. I've been motivated to vent my frustrations and just feel like, what is the point? And in those times, I've had some people be very, very friendly, very supportive, and like, no, come on, man, we love your stuff, keep going. And it's not to say like that isn't enough, But when even that is few and far between, it's just like, what's the point? What I will say for anyone who has watched this video to this point, kudos to you, and thank you very much, because you are part of a rare breed that actually gives a crap, gives a flying F about me and what I have to say. What I will say is I've made no decisions for the foreseeable future until such a time as I, come on and actually explicitly say I'm done. No more content for me. The videos will continue for now, for the time being. But we'll just have to see what happens. So, for now, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. If you did, peace.